Hey gamers, Matt Jarbo back, and this is our very first official episode of Twisted Joystick on our new scheduling program. That's going to be every Friday, coming on from here till whenever I decide to stop doing the show, which will be a long time, because there's a lot of great material I can pull from here to do the show. So if you've heard our previous 6 episodes, which were all just kind of like which were all done as a way to kind of spread the word and give you an idea of how the show works out and how I do things here on Twisted Joystick, and you guys get an idea. Those all covered Halo, right? All 6 games of Halo. So you guys can, all you Xbox fans can really like that. Now the first episode of our official run, I really wanted to dedicate to a game that I really believe is the reason why I bought a PS3. Because for the longest time, PS3 was just like, I didn't want it. Who did? Really? Who did? All you PS3 gamers out there can go, because it's an awesome system. No, it's not. It is now. It has the ability to be now. It has capabilities to be now. But in 2007, it had nothing. I mean, seriously, fucking nothing. There was a joke, PS3 has no games. It was funny because it was true. It was like a George Foreman grill. It was a $400 paperweight. Hey, you can play Blu-ray, so can my $80 Blu-ray player. Okay, enough bashing on the PS3. It's earned itself some serious respect in my eyes. But I wanted to talk about Uncharted. Our first 2 episodes are going to be Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2, because these games embody everything I love about video games. A great protagonist, an awesome story, beautiful settings, kick-ass chicks, awesome gameplay. The storyline is right out of like an Indiana Jones notebook. It's just so full of mystery, adventure, intrigue, danger, excitement, and you know what though? It's presented in such a way that makes you just revel in its greatness. You know what I mean? You just want it so bad. You just love it so much. And Uncharted 1 is the first game of the series. I felt that gives it that really, it's paying my way of paying some homage, paying my respect towards the series. So the game was released early or late November 2007, a year after the PS3 came out. It's released by Naughty Dog Entertainment, who did like Jak and Daxter and a few other games. And this is a story of a basically a treasure hunter, Nate Drake, voiced by Nolan North, who and everyone wants the movie coming out, right? They want Nathan Fillion to do it, which I do want that too. But Nolan North, he did the voice. He's the character. He even did the mocap for the character. I think he should really be it. But if right now it's up to David O. Russell. So fight that. If you guys are fans, fight Mark Wahlberg being Nathan Drake in the movie. But support Bruce Campbell as Sully. So there we go. Okay. So anyway, enough about the game, about the what I want from the game, movie at least. Let's talk about the actual game itself. Okay, so this is a long one, so bear with me. The game opens with Nathan Drake recovering the coffin of an Elizabethan explorer, Sir Francis Drake, from the ocean floor. Nate claims to be a descendant of Sir Francis and has inherited a ring with the coordinates of the expedition inscribed on it. The expedition is funded by journalist Alina Fisher, who is there to record the events for a documentary. When they open the coffin, however, they find that it's empty except for a diary written by Sir Francis, showing that Sir Francis faked his death as Nate has always suspected. A band of pirates who have been tracking Nate then suddenly appear and destroy their boat, but the pair are rescued by Nate's partner, Victor Sully Sullivan. After returning to shore, Nate and Sully study the diary and uncover information that points to the location of El Dorado, the fabled city of gold in the Amazon. Fearing that Elena's publishing the documentary would attract rivals, Sully and Nate decide to ditch Elena on the dock and travel to the Amazon on their own. They find the ruins of an ancient South American civilization, and clues that El Dorado is in fact a large gold statue instead of a golden city, and that it has been removed by the Spaniards long ago. Searching further, Nate and Sully discover a long-abandoned German U-boat stuck in the Amazon River containing its dead crew, who appear to have been mauled to death. Spanish gold coins with an unknown mint stamp, and a missing page from Sir Francis Drake's diary that point to a southern tropic island where the Spaniards have likely taken the statue. Before they can leave the Amazon, Nate and Sully are accosted by Gabriel Roman, a competitive treasure hunter who has hired the services of mercenaries led by Atok Navarro, Roman's lieutenant and an archaeologist with the knowledge of the statue. The two learnt about Nate's quest to find El Dorado when Sully, who owes Roman money, divulged to them earlier that he was onto something. Nate refuses to help Roman, who then shoots Sully in the chest. As Nate struggles with Navarro, the U-boat explodes from a torpedo, and Nate accidentally... As Nate struggles with Navarro, the U-boat explodes from a torpedo Nate accidentally armed earlier, and Elena arrives and rescues Nate. The two of them fly off in Sully's plane to the Pacific Island shown on the missing pages of Sir Francis's diary. As their plane approaches the island, it is shot down and the two become separated. Nate works his way to a fort where he spots Elena's parachute, but he's unable to find her. He continues to the fort, where he finds a message from Sir Francis stating that he had gone to the fort's tower. Upon arriving there, he is captured by the pirates from the beginning of the game, who are revealed to be led by Eddie Raja, an old rival of his. Eddie demands that Nate assists him in finding the treasure, but Nate manages to escape with the help of Elena. The two work their way through a long-abandoned port city and discover through a logbook in its custom house that the statue was moved further inland. Elena then spots the supposedly dead Sully working with Roman and Navarro heading north, and the pair decide to follow him to the monastery. There they locate a hidden passage and rescue Sully, who survived Roman's shot earlier thanks to Drake's diary blocking the bullet, and decided to play along with his captors. Nate and Elena find a series of maze-like passages below the monastery. In these tunnels, Nate overhears an argument between Roman, Navarro, and Eddie, who has also been hired by Roman to aid in the capture of Nate and the security of the island. Roman doubts Eddie's abilities to do the job further and ignores his superstitious claims that something cursed on the island is killing his men. Roman dismisses Eddie and his crew, angering Eddie, who draws his gun, but is stopped by Navarro. Eddie storms off cursing. Traveling through more underground tunnels, Nate and Elena find a passage leading to an empty treasure vault in which they find Sir Francis Drake's body, who appears to have died on the island in a vain effort searching for the treasure. Seeing the seemingly fruitless quest of Sir Francis, a saddened Nate leaves his ring behind on Drake's body. Before they move on, they encounter Eddie running for his life, chased by mutated humans possessing incredible speed and strength. Nate and Eddie work together briefly to fight off the creatures, but Eddie is later dragged into a hole by one of the monsters and killed. Nate and Elena escape to an abandoned German submarine base, but in order to move on, Nate has to venture out to the generator room to restore the power. During his exploration, he discovers that the Germans had sought the statue during World War II, but they, like the Spaniards before them, learned that the statue was cursed and became mutated. Nate realizes that the creatures attacking them are mutated Germans and Spaniards. Sir Francis, having discovered the statue's true power, was actually trying to keep it on the island, and that he managed to destroy any way for the statue to be transported off the island before he was too killed by the mutants. Nate attempts to return to Elena, but finds she has been taken hostage by Roman and Navarro. As Nate follows them, he is reunited with Sully outside the monastery. Fighting through Roman's forces, Nate and Sully are captured at gunpoint and taken to Roman, who has located the statue. Navarro urges Roman to open the statue, but soon as he does, Roman inhales the dust from the rotting mummy within and begins to mutate. The transferred Roman charges at Navarro, but is shot and killed. Planning all along to steal the statue and sell the mutagen as a weapon to the highest bidder, Navarro has the statue lifted out by a helicopter and takes a captive Elena as well, while his mercenaries are attacked by the mutants. Nate manages to jump onto the net of the statue just in time before the helicopter left. As Elena struggles vigorously inside the helicopter, the pilot is inadvertently killed, sending the helicopter and Nate to crash land onto Roman's freighter. A final showdown breaks out between Nate and Navarro and his mercenaries, with Nate prevailing over Navarro in a fistfight, knocking him unconscious. As Nate goes to the crashed helicopter and tends to injured Elena, Navarro regains consciousness and prepares to kill them both with a shotgun. Elena warns Nate, who pushes the helicopter off the tanker. Navarro's foot gets tangled up in the rope that tied the statue to the helicopter, and the falling helicopter drags both Navarro and the statue into the ocean. Elena returns the ring that Nate left behind earlier, and the two lean in to kiss, but they are interrupted by Sully, who has escaped the island on a small speedboat, taking several small boxes of treasure from a few dead pirates with him. Elena reminds Nate that because she has lost her camera, he still owes her a story. As the boat sails towards the horizon, Nate assures her, "I'm good for it." Now that's Uncharted 1, and Uncharted 1 is pretty pretty fucking awesome. The story, as you can tell, it's amazing. This doesn't even begin to describe how awesome it is. I fully recommend that you guys check it out, and definitely get this and Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, which actually has a stronger story, which is kind of sad, because it's so awesome. So okay, anyway, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is Twisted Joysticks first show, officially at least. So check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and if you guys have any questions, comments, you can either call in at 818-934-1272, or you guys can email us at twistedjoystick@gmail.com, and that goes for questions, comments, or if you guys want to know more about becoming a sponsor on the show. And by now, we've already done like a lot of episodes, so I think you guys may want to. It's very, inexpensive to do, and it just kind of helps me keep this thing going. So anyway, get back to us with that one. I'm Matt Jarbo. Checking back next week for Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.